This is my second notification under the criminal title, that's Title 18, U.S. 4, to General James M. Holmes, reporting to him criminal activities that appear to be such that they are prosecutable to me by his subordinates at Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. First, as to the both of them, the commander of the Air Force Base and of the 4th Fighter Wing, Colonel Don Yates, and Lieutenant Colonel, Elizabeth Sprecher, they both combined together in a conspiracy not to perform their duties under 18 USC 4, but rather to prevent me from even seeing an officer. And so I only saw enlisted personnel at all times, which kept me from really feeling comfortable about doing 18 USC 4, because enlisted personnel are not military authority. And so after 7 days of phone calls and a total of 12 to 14 days attempting to get them to live up to their oath of office, which included that they were going to obey the Constitution, and one of the first laws passed was the predecessor section, code section to 18 USC 4, that has been in the form that it is. It has included misprision of a felony and reporting to judge or other civil or military authority, I would believe, for its entire history, which is all but less than 2 years of our republic. So 289 years, is that right? No, excuse me. Let me do the arithmetic again. 200 years gets me to 18. It's 1790. 200 years gets me to 1990. 229 years. I did not have that prepared, and I am a math major of the decent sort. I'm pretty good. 229 years it's been our law. Your two guys breached their oath of office. They violated the U.S. Constitution by shirking their duties, cowardly hiding in under their desks, so to speak. Yes, they are contemptible because a lady's life has hung in the balance from the moment they began hiding, which was the week of May 6th, was the moment they began hiding. I can't tell you the exact day, but that's an awful long time to stay under your desk as cowards and idiots, for that matter. So they did that, and I would believe there are felonies involved when you breach your oath of office. If not, there may be violations of the Uniform Code of Military Justice, a bunch of them. And if not, we'll get it to a U.S. attorney, and we'll see that you're probably wrong when you say there aren't any violations of U.S. law. Now, what's the other one? Oh yeah, today I spoke with Colonel Sprecher, and she would do anything other than comply with the U.S. law. She did not want to meet with me. She absolutely refused to meet with me because she had no intention of doing anything that resembled appropriate for the circumstance. So, since she didn't want to meet for me during the hour, I told her, as a victim, I have every right to report you. So I'm reporting you on the internet. It's not going to be a nice headline, because the top two people, well, not the top two, the top legal and the top commander at the base have probably both committed crimes, but the commander did on Monday. On Monday, he would only do his duties under 18 USC 4 if I dropped the accusatory tone. In other words, if I ceased pointing out that he had violated it back in early May. I refused. I said the truth will remain, and then he hung up on the phone, and he no longer was going to do what he had been ordered to do by your command. So your command's order got disobeyed because he insisted that he be allowed to tamper with this witness to obstruct justice. Oh, those are felonies. I do believe they're probably felonies that fit into federal criminal law, but if not, there's other felonies. And I want him prosecuted under federal law, and I want you to turn him in as required by 18 USC 4, or you face the music, because it's now 10 days that you have ducked your notification. and you have refused to do it, and I want you to have to explain how you're innocent of shirking your duty and hiding from your duty and failing to live up to 18 USC 4. You as a military authority, a very high military authority, and you have totally made a joke out of the notification. So yeah, I don't think you're going to notify anybody, but this is going to be out there until you get YouTube, which will probably be happy to oblige the Air Force and protect your rear end. I'm ashamed that I am an Air Force baby. I'm ashamed that my father got a retirement in the Air Force. No, I'm not. I'm ashamed of this Air Force. My father's Air Force probably wouldn't have done this, though they were a little bit pushy, and they did want to have their golf courses in the 50s when they didn't even have the money to get everything, all the facilities, other facilities ready. So, General, you are hereby notified under 18 USC 4 that you are to report those 2 officers under your command, and they didn't have to be, but they are under your command, to the appropriate authorities. And I would say that's probably the Civil Rights Division, because they violated my civil rights, to expect to get it reported to the Civil Rights Division under DOJ in Washington. And I would demand that you consider doing it personally and talking to the head of the Civil Rights Division. You are the biggest kahuna out there, and you have violated the law. And so has your subordinates. Despite your order to them to fix it up, they don't want to fix it up. They want to fix their violation of their oath of office first. General, I don't know why you all did this. All you had to do was follow a simple law, and instead you're incompetent to do that. Shame on America to have you in charge. Shame, shame, shame. This is W.M. Samuel McAloy II, also known as Fight the Corrupt, also known as Fight All Corrupt, also known as Incarcerate All Corrupt, or no, excuse me, Incarcerate the Corrupt. And I stand by those names, and now I must insist that they at least see whether or not they want to go forward and prosecute for the crimes that I believe have been committed. But I give no legal opinion because I have never been a federal law lawyer and never been a federal criminal law lawyer. So I give no legal opinion. This is a citizen's complaint. Nothing more, nothing less. And I demand that you pass it forward or face the consequences.